Hey, so I'm filming this wobbly video because people are sort of wondering about the creative process in, mucking around with nibs. Um, One of my old customers came back to me to see if I had some things available in the two-layer version, and I did. But in the progress of the conversation, we started talking about what would happen if you had a two-layer oblique. And I thought about it, and then my brain wouldn't let the idea go, as brains sometimes do. And he has under no obligation to buy, and of course I'm under no obligation to make, but the idea stuck with me because it could be something really, really interesting if it works. This is the prototype so far, and I wanted to talk about it a bit before I take it over there and regrind it some. Let's see. First thing is, I started off with these Chinese nibs. You can get them on AliExpress. The reason I like them is, well, of course, gargantuan tipping ball. And really, if you're going to try something truly weird, it's better to have more real estate than less real estate. So let me explain what I did with this poor guy over here. Ignore this poor stipula. It's legitimately one of my first expensive pens, and there's a lot of story. Anyway, so if we've got our nib stack here, ignore. You've got your typical ball shape, but for a oblique, obliques do this. So what you have to do here is take the ball and shear it off, or in this case, grind it. Turn this a little bit, you might see it better. Okay, I'll probably have to make a little steeper, but then you've got to look at the stacked ball itself. And okay, yeah, if you've got a section ground down, so that's great. This isn't the right shape. So you have to come in, grind that section off. Okay, fine. But if you do that, all you get is a monoline that's going to be, nice fat line when you draw. I don't think that's really what we're after either. So looking at the ball from the other side, that's what I get for being left-handed. Blame my parents. All right, so it's got to come off this way. There's a little loop here. And that's great. But to get any variation beyond that monoline, you've got to come back in here and put a sweep in here. If you're looking at it face on, if this is one side tipping, this is the other side, you're flattening the top and the bottom. And then here, you're coming in from way over here and doing this. And what you hope, or what I hope will happen, is that the actual face that hits the paper is going to be a curved rhombus rather than just a rounded ball. Why? Because I'm obsessed with stacked nibs doing tricks. Just having a monoline isn't, to me, really good enough if you're doing something like this and putting in the effort. I want this nib depending on what angle it is against the paper, to make, if it's going to do monolines, various sizes. That's really the whole thing behind Stacked Nibs in the first place. So this is the thinking. Now the trick is going to be, can I get it to do it? Does this write now? Yes. Does it write great? No. Part of that is, well, I am left-handed, and this sort of grind, this particular oblique, is for right-handed people. So you see why I can get it. I'm also not that familiar with using, this is what I want. See that? That beautiful sweep? That's the kind of thing I want this to be able to do. Get over here so you can maybe see it better. That's absolutely the thing I hope this will be able to do. When I was talking to Chet, my customer, I said I could almost in my head see what this could possibly do. And that's what I was hoping to see. Move it up so you can see it better. This is the one bad thing about doing videos when, you know, you've got your little stand here and you can only see so much at one time. But see, this is getting there, but there's not as much variation as I'd like. Man, I wish I remembered what this ink is. That's pretty. Anyway, I'm gonna literally go back to the drawing board on this for a little bit, and I'll come back and see what we've got. This is the point where people doing modern videos will put in that little interstitial bit with the "a few moments later" or something like that, but I don't got that. I don't got time for that. So you guys hang out. I'll be back. Okay, in fact, it has been a few minutes later. So let me see if you can see this. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. A little closer. Don't know. So, does it write? Yes. Is it doing what I thought it would? I don't know. Because, again, I am left-handed, so I'm kind of at a disadvantage. However, it does have very sharp point. Line variation like I hoped it would. Okay, word about using a certain eyedropper pens, you get bloops periodically. Not much you can do about it. Because ultimately, you're Frankensteining every time you put something in that's in a feed that's not designed for it. So in cases like that, don't eyedropper it. Just use a cartridge or a converter. That'll give you a little more control than this will. What this does tell me is that the air exchange in here is really great, but not quite what we're looking for. Anyway, I don't know if my potential customer is going to like this or not. He'll get to see it. He'll get to make his own decision about it. And he can say, why yes, Jim, I will give you my hard-earned money. Or, no, Jim, that's not quite what I was hoping for, but, you know, I'm glad we gave it a try together. So, thank you, Chet. First customer in a while. And I'm glad we had this chance to collaborate together and see how this works. Anyway, you guys take care. I will see about posting this video eventually, and we'll go from there. Bye.